welcome to the program. I'm Chris Oldcorn. First up today, we have a Conservative MP from British Columbia who decided to tweet out earlier today a rather insensitive tweet, shall we say. Basically, he said, and this is what the tweet actually says, most deaths are in care homes where average life expectancy is 2 years and 65% usually pass in the first year. Time to start moving Canada back to work. Basically, this Conservative MP wants everybody to get back to work because most of the people that are dying are just in the long-term care homes and they're going to die anyways in the next 2 years. So who cares? We should just get our economy moving. Kind of insensitive. For example, my Nana has lived in the same retirement home for 15 years. 15 years, okay? Obviously, there's a difference in terms of care between a retirement home and a nursing home, but she gets the most care she could possibly get in a retirement home before being moved to a nursing home. She's been there 15 years. To say that those people just don't matter and that who cares if they're dying, the rest of us should just get back to work and start moving around again. Well, here's something he doesn't understand apparently, and that is that those people in that nursing home, they worked and paid taxes. They paid for your education. They paid for your health care. Those people worked, and now you're tossing them away at the end of their life and saying, well, they're going to die anyway, so who cares? The rest of us should just be working, and that's how it's supposed to be. Well, he quickly deleted that tweet, probably after the complete, let's call it crap storm that he created by saying that, and now the tweet is gone. However, his office is not responding to any media requests that people are putting in, other than he supports our frontline workers, which is nice. That still has nothing to do with the seniors that he decided to toss away and say it doesn't matter if they die. Yes, it is true that disproportionately speaking, the elderly are dying, people over the age of 70. However, that if the rest of society starts moving around again, we're going to start passing it around. People are going to go visit their family members at nursing homes and put more COVID-19 cases into those homes just by us moving around more. Also, another interesting thing, I've been talking about this a lot. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago with regards to prisons, and that there could be massive prison outbreaks because it's almost impossible to social distance in prisons. Well, we're seeing our first massive outbreak in one prison. It's in BC. 35 of the inmates have tested positive. There's only 216 possible inmates that can fit in that jail. And we have that many who are now sick, and it's doubled just in the last few days. On top of that, 5 of the employees at the prison have also tested positive for COVID-19, and they're testing 54 more. Now 6 of those have come back negative. They're still waiting for the results for the other ones. Now, jails and prisons, the difference is a jail is where you're in for a couple days and a prison is where you're in for a longer period of time. The people there are in close proximity. Some have issues with regards to their immune systems. Not everybody that walks into a jail is, the picture of perfect health. So it's causing issues across Canada. Now, fortunately, we haven't had the massive outbreaks like we've seen in the States, like at Rikers Island and Cook Jail and so on. However, in our federal jails, which is different from the jail I just mentioned in BC, we have 76 inmates who have tested positive so far, but we are waiting for over 200 tests to come back with regards to cases. And also, we have seen it double. On April the 8th, there was 42 cases. Now there's 76 on April the 13th. So in a matter of 5 days, it's almost doubled. Now, in Ontario, we have looked at our prison population, and we've been releasing the low-risk members of the prison to come out and go back into the community. And so far, we've actually released about 2,000 prisoners here in Ontario since the beginning of the COVID-19 outbreak, trying to minimize the spread of COVID-19 and spread people out more in our prison systems to prevent an outbreak. Also, Donald Trump seems to think that he is the king of America. Unfortunately, he's not king of America. He wants the states to reopen immediately upon his divine decree from on high in Washington, D.C. However, the problem with that is that it's not his choice. Interestingly enough, he said it was the governor's choices to shut their states down, which all governors have now done that. And he's also now saying that, oh, it's not the governors get to reopen it, he gets to reopen it. He's the ultimate person. Well, unfortunately, that is not true. That's not even close to being true. And so the governors are actually the ones who can choose when to open their states again. Some of the governors have, in regional areas of the U.S., said that they will open things slowly and simultaneously. So, for example, all of the states on the West Coast are going to open certain parts of their economy all at the same time, as opposed to, California doing it this day and Washington State doing it this day. They're going to work together. And the governors have had to work together because the federal government in the U.S., under Donald Trump, has not exactly been the greatest partner with them. Unless you get up and praise Donald Trump as being the best thing ever, your state's been basically getting no help. The states will open when they choose to. They also have control not only of when businesses open, but the states also have control of the education system. So if a state says we're canceling the rest of the school year, there's nothing the federal government can do to prevent that, because education is done at the state and the local level. It has nothing really to do with the federal government, for example. We'll be right back after the break.